Hey everybody, Unstable Gamer here, and tonight we're going to be taking a look at Stark Tech and Alliance donations. You may be asking yourself, where should you put your Alliance credits? What bonuses are best? Well, we're going to talk about that tonight. But first, if you're just now finding my channel, consider hitting that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the newest videos. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Alliance donations. So with Alliance donations, you have three options. You have your basic, your premium, and your elite. So you can donate as little as 10,000 gold or as much as 500 cores. And as you can see, you get different levels of Alliance credits and experience for whichever level you decide to donate. Now, my recommendation is in your Alliance, everyone should have no problem donating at least the 10,000. If everyone donates 10,000, then you're going to get these three boxes up here opened. And this third box, you're going to get your 10,000 gold back. So there's really no reason not to donate. Also, since this was launched, there's been a little bit of an update. When it first came out, it did not include these Alpha Raid energies. So that's something new that happened not long after this went into effect. It's been around for a little bit. And for each one of these, you're going to get different levels of awards, right? So I think you've all probably had an opportunity to run through the different ones. The most here, you can get up to 25,000 gold, which is awesome. I don't know how many, I haven't calculated the math on that, but it shouldn't be too hard. It's going to be a lot of people donating 500 cores. All right, so here's your different levels. I'm going to go ahead and donate right now while we're doing this. And then let's go ahead and take a look at Stark Tech. So with Stark Tech, you can apply bonuses to specific trait characters: Tech, Bio, Mystic, Skill, and Mutant. And then your bonuses are Health, Damage, Armor, Focus, and Resistance. Now, in my opinion, the ones that are the most important to focus on is going to be your health, your damage, and your armor. I'm not really too worried about focus and resistance right now. I feel that by putting into health and armor, you're going to increase your sustainability, and then putting into damage, obviously, you're going to be putting more damage out. And then your focus and your resistance. Your focus is good for applying those negative status effects, and your resistance is good for resisting those negative status effects. I'm just not putting a whole lot in there. I'm being very strategic, or I feel I'm being very strategic in where I'm putting my Alliance credits. So I'm going to walk you through what I'm currently doing, and then we're going to go ahead and take a look at the rosters and what I feel works best for me. Now, what works best for me isn't going to work best for you necessarily. It's really dependent on where you are in the game as far as where you want to apply your bonuses. For me specifically, what I've done is most of them are going into Bio. So I've got Bio up to level 5. Now, we're not going to be able to unlock the next tier until level 18, but I'm focusing on health, damage, and armor. I'm not doing anything with focus and resistance right now. That's something that'll come later on down the road, but I think for me, health, damage, and armor is going to be the best for my Bio. And then as far as mutants, I'm going damage only, and then I believe I'm going mystic for health only right now. And I don't have anything in tech or skill right now because I think I've got myself spread pretty thin with those three traits. And I know I'm up to a little over 3,000, but the cost of each bonus tier continually increases. So I just want to make sure that I have enough buffer here to do what I need to do. And then each level gives you a 1% increase. And this is why I say that I really don't feel that we're going to see much of a benefit until we get into those later levels, once we get beyond the 10% and then max out at 20%, because 1% each level, 5% here is really not going to do much. It'll give a little, but it's really not going to show much. So I think this is more of a long-term game plan. So let's go ahead and take a look at the rosters. So let's go into Bio first. And I passed it. There we go. All right, so the reason for me for Bio is Bio covers the majority of the teams that I am currently working on in the game. So right now, I've got Captain America and Quake in my raid teams. For my Brawler team in Blitz, I've got Spider-Man and Daredevil and Miss Marvel. Also, for my Defender team, I've got Daredevil, Luke Cage, and Jessica Jones, so that's really cool. for me going after Nick Fury. There's 3 Kree in here, so that works out really well for me. Drax I use very specifically at the end of the Thanos 3 raid, because if I don't, then they're going to take out my Storm, and Storm just does way too much damage for me to have her go out too early. So Drax I use very situationally. We got Groot in here for the Guardians team, and then we got Venom here, which I'm a little unimpressed with Venom right now, but hopefully maybe later he comes into play a little bit better, especially once I get him up there and I pair him up with Spidey. We'll see what happens. So this was the reason why I chose Bio to put most of my bonuses towards, because it covers the majority of the teams that I'm currently working on and what I'm currently doing in the game. Alright, let's go ahead and go down to the next one, which is Mutant. Now the reason for Mutant for me is damage. I just want these guys to do all-out damage. Storm does a ton of damage. Deadpool does a ton of damage. Cable is great. Wolverine could use a little bit of work, but Wolverine is decent. And with the upcoming Mutant Brotherhood and the Magneto event, whatever that may look like, and Mystique, I really want to get these characters buffed up as far as the damage goes right now. So I may adjust that a little bit later and add some other stuff like health and armor and other stuff. But right now I'm focusing strictly on damage because that's what's helping me right now. The next one, we're going to go take a look at Mystic. Now, Mystic is a really good trait to put bonuses in, depending again on where you are in the game, but you've got some great characters in here. You've got Yondu and Thanos, you got Scarlet Witch and Mordo, Black Panther, you've got Iron Fist in here for the defenders, you got Elektra in here if you're doing a brawler team. I mean, these are all really good characters. I don't really see a bad one other than Ronin, and you know, Thor I really don't use, and he's kind of meh for me, but I mean, for the most part, it's a really good roster to put those bonuses towards, depending on where you are in the game. And then let's go to the next one, which is skill. Now with skill is really cool because in this tree, I mean, if you are specifically working on your Nick Fury team, I mean, every single shield agent is in this tree along with Nick Fury. So if you are really doubling down on Nick Fury and the shield team, then I would suggest putting a lot of focus on the Stark Tech for your skill roster. But you also have a lot of other great characters. You got Black Widow and Night Nurse for raids. You've got Punisher in here, which he's decent for the Defenders team. And then you've got Kingpin, which is great, Hawkeye, and Gamora. So you got a lot of really good characters in here as well. But if you're really focused on Nick Fury and the SHIELD team, my suggestion would be to really put a ton in here. I don't have them yet, so that's why I'm not putting a bunch in here. I'm not even going to unlock them on this round. I came close, but I'll definitely get them next round. I am awesomely set up though for Star-Lord and Iron Man now, so I'll definitely be able to get those guys. And then let's go ahead and move on down to Tech. Tech's got some really good characters in here too. Vision you see a lot in the arena and in Blitz. Crossbones continues to do well. If you're going after Star-Lord, there's a number of Ravagers in here. You've got the Boomer and the Stitcher. Well, a number, I guess there's only really two, but Star-Lord himself is in here. Ultron and Iron Man are in here. Those are three great characters. Tech is going to be a really good one to put in, I think, more later in the game. This is further down the road for me than right now, especially since I don't have these three unlocked just yet. And then you got your Ant-Man, and you got Rocket, Raccoon, and Wasp. So you've got some good characters in here as well. Again, this is something that I'll focus on more later down the road. So let's go ahead and take a look at how the different levels for Stark Tech work. As you can see right here, it looks like there are 20 levels. Your Alliance level requirement is here, so you go from 1 to 4 to 7 to 10, then you start going 14, 18, 20, all the way down to 65. So once your Alliance level gets to 65, you'll be maxed out. That's going to take some time, definitely. All right, and here is your health cost for each level of bonus tiers all the way up to level 20. Your damage costs, armor, focus, and resistance costs. And as you can see, here's the boost. You get 1% of an increase in each category with each level all the way up to 20%. And this is why I'm really saying that it's not much, in my opinion, it's not really much of a benefit until you get later in the game. So this is, again, more of a long-term game than it is a short-term game. So I think once we start hitting around 10%, then we'll start seeing a bigger impact. I mean, if you have a character that does 5,000 damage, and once you hit 10%, you're going to do an extra 500. And that could tip the scales as far as you killing off a node. And if you get all 5 of your characters on that team doing 500 extra damage, then you've got what? You've got 2,500 extra damage that's being done, which is good, which is awesome. So again, later in the game, we'll see the benefit of the Stark Tech. But right now, it's just a little bit of a grind in order to get there. Overall, I think it's a pretty good mechanic. It allows us another way to build our characters and tackle on these more difficult raids and events, especially the Dark Dimension, which I've been watching a few videos on that, and that is not very nice. That Dark Dimension is definitely very tough. So that's what I have for you tonight, Stark Tech. I think it's a really good game mechanic that allows us to continue to further develop our teams. I'd be curious to know what you are doing with Stark Tech. What bonuses are you putting into? What level are you at? I'm currently at level 5. Are you past level 5? Are you really starting to see the benefits of these bonuses in your teams? And is it really starting to help you with Ultima 6 and the more difficult aspects of this game? And again, if this is your first time finding my channel, consider hitting that subscribe button to stay up to date with everything Marvel Strike Force. And that's what I have for you tonight, everybody. Thank you for stopping by and taking a look at the video. If you liked it, make sure to let me know by hitting that like button and sharing your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everyone, and we'll talk to you next time.